Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about your inner witch self. Who is your inner witch? What is your inner witch? But before we do, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and Tapping into Abundance. And if you want to know more about Wicca, witchcraft, shadow work and magic, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, but you just haven't got a clue where to start or what you need to know or how to pace yourself with all that you need to know, I have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. Who or what is your inner witch? Your inner witch self. It's you. It's who you are. Your true self, your magical self, your creating self, your higher self, your inner self. That is actually who your witch self is from a spiritual point of view. It's not necessarily your ego. It is more who you truly are in your very beingness. A lot of witches know this. They know that there's something about maybe the word witch or just the concept of the witch that really resonates. I've talked about the feeling of coming home before, and it's simply because the witch, even from an archetypal point of view, is a person who's very powerful in themselves. They have power. And this is something that we've all been taught we don't have, and it's been taken from us through our upbringing, through our culture, through the people that run the show, whether it's your religious institutions or the economy or politics or whatever. It's all about taking power away from people. But the witch, of course, is the one who knows their power and endeavors to use their power and stand in their power. And a lot of people have told me that one of the reasons why they want to know more about witchcraft or are drawn to practicing it is to feel a more empowered sense of self. And when you're feeling that sense of empowerment, you of course have more joy, more happiness and more peace running through your nervous system rather than all of those other icky, unpleasant emotions running through your nervous system. Your inner witch is your creative being, your creative self. The part of you that wants to create wonderful things for your life and for the life of the people around you. Whether that's literally creating things like arts and crafts or magic, or just simply going, you know, I would really love to have a healing practice and I want to create a healing practice. And so your inner witch and you get together to create a healing practice. Whatever it is you're wanting to bring into your life, your inner witch is the one that is going to help you create that. Know thyself. When you know yourself and you have a strong sense of self, that is your witch self, your powerful self, your creative self. You know that you are the being that creates your reality. You know that you are the one who has the control and the only one that has control over how you feel emotionally, over anything, no matter what's going on. You know that you're the one who has control over that. You know that you're the one that can decide whether somebody else does push your buttons or doesn't push your buttons, or if they do push your buttons, what you're going to do about that. Only you can do that. Other people can try to influence you. Other people can try to push your buttons, but you're the only one who can go, no, not playing that game. I really don't want to play it, so I'm not going to. That's your inner witch, your inner power. Your inner witch is the one that knows that getting caught up in a whole lot of dramas in the world, whether it's in your own life or just in general, when there's lots of dramas going on in the world, which there always seem to be, that your inner witch is the one that actually stands back from that, from a more detached point of view. And by detached, I don't mean being cold-hearted. I mean simply being the observing person and observing what's going on and seeing the bigger picture. And having compassion, but not getting caught up in the drama on an emotional basis. It's keeping on the periphery of what's going on in the world. You're in the world, but you're not of the world when you are a magic worker, a witch or a magician. You don't get caught up in the drama. You don't get caught up in that pendulum sway. One of the principles, one of the Hermetic principles, is the principle of rhythm. And as a witch or as a magician, you try to aim sort of in the middle of the pendulum, because you know if the pendulum is going to swing really far one way, it's going to swing far the other way from an emotional point of view. So you like to keep that little bit of equilibrium. Your inner witch, when detached, is more tranquil, more peaceful, and as I said, more compassionate, because you can see things more as they are rather than as you're being told they are. Your inner witch is the intuitive part of you. It's that part of you that knows things, just knows stuff. It guides you. When you go to sleep at night and you want to know the answer to a question, it's that part of you that brings through the dream. It's your subconscious mind that brings you the dream. The subconscious mind that helps you when you're doing your magic. The witch, of course, is your magic part of you, the part of you that not just does your spells and creates your spells, but actually has those spells working for you. It's that magical you. Your magical self is another name for your witch self. In the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy course, I teach your magical self, and we do meditations and exercises to help you step into your magical self. Stepping into your magical self or your witch self is simply recognizing who that magical self is, and you do deep down inside know that self. It may be something you're afraid to step into because you know it's so powerful, so you may only be able to step into it a little bit at first. You may find that your witch self is a part of yourself that you've often maybe fantasized about as a child even. You might have an image of your witch self. So a way of working with your witch self and learning more about who your witch self is by stepping into that image that you had when you were a child or that you have now of your witch self. So actually imagining, if I was my witch self right now, how would I feel? And bring it in on a feeling level, because it's a feeling thing, and see how that changes your posture, how that changes how you speak, and how that changes the way you think. How does that change you on an emotional level when you're stepping into that powerful part of yourself? You could even imagine that that person is in front of you and that you just step into that person, and that person isn't somebody external to you. That person is actually you. And so being courageous enough to step into that and spending time being that, even if you can only sustain that for a minute or two at first, but keep trying to step into that. Before you go to bed at night, or before you fall asleep, go to bed, lie down, get ready to fall into sleep, and imagine what is it like to step into your witch self, essentially, and go to sleep as your witch self, and see how does that affect your dreams? How does that feel? As soon as you wake up in the morning, when you remember, step into your witch self. What does it feel like to start your day in your witch self as opposed to your other self? How does that change your day? How do you do things differently in the morning? How do you feel when you do that? And how does that change your day? This is a wonderful way of working with your true self in a way that is fun and that's beautiful. So enjoy working that way with that. That's why I incorporate it in part of the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, because it's a way of you being able to reconnect with yourself and feel more into who you really are. Your witch self may change over time as well. Often the ego is a little bit involved in creating it too. So as you learn more about your true self, differentiating that from your ego self, your inner witch will become more clearer to you and may even change somewhat to be more the true you rather than the one the ego might have liked to make it out to be. So that's something that will evolve as you do this practice. If you want to learn witchcraft with me, take a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, 12-month course. I take you right from the very beginning and help you become the witch that you are, which gives you the confidence to be the witch that you are and to be who you really are. So have a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, link in the description field below this video. Thank you to everybody who supports this YouTube channel and supporting my other YouTube channel, the tapping one as well, through all of the ways that you support it, liking, sharing my videos, subscribing to the channel. Super thanks. PayPal, whatever you can manage. It's all absolutely wonderful, and I bless you all, and I'll see you on the next video.